Okay, welcome to Grue, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your day and coming on the show, bud.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for inviting me to this. This is my second interview after the Darman video, Teens Shame Disabled Runner. So I'm very honored to be here, and honestly, this is something I got to get better at. So thank you so much for giving me this experience.
Definitely, bud. So you mentioned that video. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I am Diego Mercado. I'm a 16-year-old amputee actor for Darman. I made two Darman videos with him. One was Kyle, where I played a runner who was, shamed by other teens. So the video is called Teens Reject Disabled Runner, and I play Kyle in that one. I
Okay.
also was in another project for Darman called Teens Shame Disabled Runner, where I play as Alex.
Oh wow, nice. And I was telling you before you came on, like I really love back the background.
Yeah.
Are you a big fan of that of martial arts and samurais?
Yeah, so actually, I am a big fan of martial arts and samurais. So, funny that you ask. Like, I have a lot of martial arts things in my room. I have katanas. I just bought a new
Yeah.
katana. I'm studying Japanese culture,
Oh
Japanese martial arts,
wow.
Japanese language. So I'm learning how to read, write, and speak Japanese. But yeah, the samurai, all that stuff is just something that I value as a culture. Um, and because I want to samurais were warriors, and that's kind of how I am. So
Exactly. Wow, nice. And you also act too. And like what what drew you to actually want to get involved with wanting to act?
so acting really happened by accident. So it happened in 2016 when I was 10 years old.
Hmm.
Maybe earlier than that, but I was 10 years old and I was just working out. Like working out was always been a part of my life, like since
Yeah,
my dad works out and I saw him and I wanted to be like him and be a soldier and all that. So I
yeah.
started working out, and one day we met up with an amputee, a Marine veteran amputee who had his leg blown off, called Jose
Oh,
Santos, and we were flipping tires, and my dad recorded it and it went viral worldwide. Ellen
oh
called me, Steve
wow.
Harvey called me, Nickelodeon called me, Disney, all these people things. And eventually it got up to the point where I was like, we couldn't handle these calls. So I signed up with an agency in New York, and I have two agencies currently right now, and I'm still signed with them. But they were the ones who signed me with the Starman one, and they were also the ones that signed me with my Netflix job, where I
Yeah.
played Gonzalez in Mixtape.
Oh wow. Okay. And how was it actually like working for Netflix like that? I mean, everyone knows like that's the app that everyone uses now to watch television. Like no one hardly watches television anymore. Everyone just watches the movies and TV series on there. And how did it actually feel to be part of that?
So, right off of the bat, so I've been acting for 6 years now. I've been acting since I was 10, but professionally acting for 4 years now.
Okay.
That was my first ever acting job, like ever. That was
Really?
my acting job. I've made little commercials for like the Super Bowl playoffs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was in there, but I have never had an actual legitimate acting job. So going to that acting job and passing the auditions and getting cast for it, not only was I like the first ever teenage amputee to be cast for a Netflix original film,
Yeah.
it was my first ever project that I've ever done as an actor. So I learned a lot of things from that I put into my other projects. I got my own private tutor for teaching and stuff like that, like coaching, acting coach, like an acting coach.
Oh wow.
I learned a lot of different things from behind the scenes, and I can't look at a film ever again. Like if I watch a movie and stuff like that where there's live action, I'm like, I know where the camera is, I know where that is when they mess up. But it was a really nice experience.
Oh wow, that's awesome. And for anyone who hasn't heard of the film or anything, can you tell us a little bit about the film and who you're playing in it?
Yeah, so the movie on Netflix is called Mixtape. Mixtape is about a girl, my castmate Gemma Allen, who plays Beverly Moody. Beverly
Mhm.
Moody lost her parents at her like a very young age, and she doesn't know how they were, how they would have liked her, how they would have been, their personality traits and stuff like that. But her parents left behind pieces of a mixtape that showed what they liked. but she messes up one of the mixtapes, and now she's going on this quest to go find all these other mixtapes to actually see what her parents were like and if they would have actually liked her as a daughter. So she's on this awesome quest to go find these mixtapes to see what her parents were like. And I am the antagonist out of all of this. So I play Steven Gonzalez. If you guys, I'm not going to spoil it, but I am in a wheelchair. So I recommend watching it. I like the movie. I hope you guys like the movie.
Nice, nice. And like you said, without spoiling stuff and all that, but was there any scene from mixtape that you like filming the most?
So being in a wheelchair in mixtape, I have been in a wheelchair like a lot from, you know, being an amputee and all through surgery.
Yeah.
I only had one surgery where I had to be in a wheelchair for quite a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was born, I'll clear it up now. I was born without my right hand and my right leg. The surgery was actually to get rid of an extra appendage that I call nubby, which was just a little skin tag, but it had nerves in it. So the skin tag had nerves. And anytime that I would put my leg on, the nerves would compress and it would hurt like crazy. So we got that amputated off of me. Now I don't have to worry about those nerves hurting me and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been in a wheelchair many times, and being in a wheelchair on set was amazing. I was doing wheelies. I had my friends pushing me. I was like, get in the wheelchair. I was like, I'll take you on a ride, drifting around the corners. Actually, if you guys watch the movies, the movie Mixtape, you guys can actually see like they attach a camera to my tire and you can see me drifting around the corner.
Oh my God, that's so awesome.
Yeah, but I love like doing the stunts with the wheelchair and stuff like that. It's always fun to do.
Wow, nice. I mean, that must have took a lot of training on your part though to learn how to do stunts from a wheelchair, right?
So being in a wheelchair, being an amputee, first of all, you have to adapt to everything that comes in your way. Like you have to do it like that, otherwise you're not getting back up.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's something in your way, get over it. Like this is an amputee's life, kind of. And also, I'm in a military family. That's how I was raised. You fall, you get back up twice as harder. Like that's what you do. So on set, I did have experience, you know, learning wheelchairs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But all the stunts that I really did were like everything was taught like I had to learn on set. So it's just a thing that the amputees have. You know, we have the ability to adapt and overcome a situation just like that.
Oh wow, that's really awesome. That really is. That's awesome. And you're really big into health and working out and fitness. Like how long have you been doing that for?
So I'm 16 now, and I've really done fitness ever since I was like, ever since I could do it really. I'd say like 1 year old, like I was already doing like some weird acrobatic stuff like that. My dad would find me stairs and stuff. One time he caught me like I was sliding off the bed as a baby, and I was like hanging off with real life. But I've always been into fitness. It's been a part of my everyday life, and it still is. And now I actually teach fitness to my ROTC.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I'm an ROTC commander, and I have to make sure that over 100-something cadets are under my command, and I teach them appropriately. But fitness has always been a part of my life. My dad's a soldier. I look up to him. I want to be a soldier. Acting is the actual like the platform that I'm trying to get into the army with.
Yeah.
But ever since I can remember, it's been a part of my everyday life. Every time I feel sad, go work out. Every time I feel happy, go work out. Angry, work out. That's something that I recommend doing to anyone who feels that way. That is something that'll help you overcome things physically and mentally. You're not only working out, like you're building your own body image while you're fixing your mental.
Wow. Okay. And like so you're the head, like you train a whole group of people then.
Yeah, so I am the commander of our ROTC 2009 JROTC Air Force, but I command 100-something contracted people, and I teach them military tactics. I teach them military tactics, weapon safety, all that stuff, because I know this stuff. That's something I was taught by SWAT. I was also taught by my dad. Teach them, I give them PT tests. They got to pass the PT test, and if they don't, then they'll do better next time. And I plan out workout routines and stuff like that. And I do it just for my friends too. They ask me, hey, Diego, how do I do this? And how do I do that? And all from my experience, since working out since I was little, I give
Yeah.
them the best experience, like the best workout routine I think is best for them.
Oh wow, that's really cool. Wow. And so you've been, I mean, growing up in a military family, so you've been, you you know everything to do at probably such a young age, like military wise.
Yeah. So military is really my dream. The policy states that no amputee born like me, so me being an amputee born this way, cannot join any branch of the military, nor law enforcement,
Oh,
nor EMS, nor any firefighter or stuff like that. I can't do that, and I beg to differ, because I can easily dish out any of the Army PT tests, any of the Marine fitness, like
yeah.
I can easily do it, and I have done it before, and I've passed at a higher acceleration rate than any other like people out there. There are amputees out there in the Army currently, and I beat them, like.
Oh wow.
So the fact that they don't allow people who are physically able to do it, and they think they're a liability is wrong. That I don't see that. I don't see eye to eye with that. If I know I can do it and you guys give me the opportunity, I'm gonna blow everyone away.
Oh
Um,
yeah, definitely.
I want to prove to everybody that I can do the same things, if not more than everyone else. And I don't need people to feel pity about me being one-legged and stuff like that. I don't want anything to change. I just want people to
Yeah.
give me a chance, and I'll do it the same way everyone else does.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you seem you seem great. Like you seem like you know everything, and you you train with working out. Plus, you train military wise, and there's no reason why someone shouldn't give you a chance to prove yourself and prove that you you can be there and do it better than most of them.
Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying too. So I'm going to be 17 next year. I can legally enlist with parents' consent next year.
Yeah.
Next year, I have to really start getting things into motion. I gotta do all this stuff. I've talked to recruiters and they all turn me down because of how I was born. I can't even access scholarships for different things. Like for instance, I can't go to West Point. That's a huge military college for RTC.
Yeah.
I can't go to West Point because I'm an amputee and they give out scholarships and how like in my RTC. We have a selection process for West Point Military Academy, and I can easily study for that stuff. And I know that with time and practice, I can easily be qualified to go to West Point. But the only thing holding me back is what they call a disability. I don't see it as a disability.
Okay.
I know other amputees out there don't see it as a disability.
Yeah.
It's people who look up on us that say it's a disability.
Oh, yeah. That's not cool.
Yeah.
And what do you think you're more focused on? Are you more focused on being an actor, a model, or someone who wants to be part of the military?
So right now I'm really focused on acting and being a public influencer. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
a public influencer, but I'm trying to do that because I'm trying to spread the word about what's going on all like to amputees out there. I'm trying to show them real world experiences like with Darman. That's the entire reason why I signed up with Darman. Is
Yeah.
because he's not only telling stories, he's changing lives. And that actually I've gotten people telling me, hey, you changed my life because I'm an amputee too. And I understand what you're going through. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is
Mm-hmm.
something that I also want to do in the military. And I want people to see that we are capable of much more than anyone could have ever thought.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
by doing acting, I'm raising my platform of influence so that when I turn 17 and 18, I could reach out to all the thousands of followers that I have all around the world and be like, hey, this is the time now we have to act to change the laws.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time we have to act. If we're not going to do it now, then it's never going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I
Sure.
change the laws around the world, I would be not only the first ever amputee to like pass military basic training, I'd be the first amputee in the entire world to go in, like being defective from birth, is what I'm saying. Like this,
Mm-hmm.
I would be the only one in the entire world doing that right now.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
That's very impressive.
yeah.
And how does that feel like for you to in aspire so many different people, like you were saying, when you're telling your story and you're telling people how to do it, how to stay positive, and how does it feel like changing so many lives and making those people happier.
So honestly, it feels like I need to do more. Anytime that I change someone's lives, I'm like, I have to connect to one more person. And then after that, I have to connect to one more person. It's a military mentality to like one up someone, you know. If I inspire this person, I want that person to inspire the next person. And I want that person to inspire the next person, and so on. When I leave this earth, I want to leave a big enough footprint to show that everyone in the world and have the younger generation look up to me and be like, I want to be where he was.
Exactly.
That's my true goal in my life, is to die someone who's going to be remembered. I'm not going to be a hero, because heroes will go down with history. Eventually they'll be forgotten. I want to be a legend, because legends never die.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. And it, like, talking to you, you're at such a young age, but you know so much stuff. Like your knowledge isn't the knowledge of a typical like teenager.
Yeah. So saying that, yeah, I've trained my body physically and mentally to understand the way of the world. As an
Yeah.
amputee, you get thrown into real world situations much earlier than anyone else can. Bullying just because of how you were born, bullying because of how you look, bullying because of the way you walk, bullying because of all this stuff. You have to adapt to that stuff. You have to grow up fast in order to defend yourself.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
it happened to me, and I'm in a military family too. So knowing that this stuff where my dad has to deploy, he's actually getting to deploy, or like in a month, he's going on the 2nd of November to deploy.
Oh,
I'm the man of the house. Like I have to do everything. I have to make sure the house is clean. I got to make sure that my family's protected. I got to make sure that everything is right. Something happens to everybody, I got to make sure that I protect them with all I am. So
yeah.
amputees, we kind of do get thrown in a situation where you have to grow up faster, because if you don't, then you're not going to survive. That's how it is.
True.
You're not fit, you're not going to survive. That's how it is. So yeah, I had to grow up faster, and honestly, I don't regret it at all, because look at all the lives I'm changing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're changing so many lives, making everyone happier and positive, and that's really awesome. You're able to provide like these people with something.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Everyone out there who's watching this video, who will watch this video, I want them to know, anybody like me out there, overcome any obstacle. And this goes for everyone. This goes for everyone. You guys see an obstacle, you guys don't think you can get over it, pass that mental barrier and get over it. If people tell you that you can't do it, go prove them wrong. Prove yourself wrong. Always set up a goal, get that goal, and then make more goals. That's how I roll.
Definitely, definitely. You're absolutely right. And what about musically? What kind of songs do you like listening to?
So I'm a big fan of Imagine Dragons. My favorite song would probably have to be Warriors, because it basically describes my life. The intro of the
Yeah.
song was like, from a child, you would wait and watch what they all played. That was me. I would watch kids as they played, because I was training to join the military, and I still do that today. So at the age of 6, watching all my other 6-year-old friends playing and stuff like that, I was doing push-ups, I was doing all this stuff. I was doing sit-ups. I was studying military tactics from the age of 6, working like 5Ks and stuff like that, riding bikes. That song really connects to me the most out of every other song there is out there, I think. I'm also a big fan of NF, who's a rapper, who's a Christian rapper. Yeah. A big fan of him. And I'd say those are, the two. I would only listen to his rap. And I guess Imagine Dragons is like my biggest thing right now. So
nice. They're an amazing band. Like I saw them live once. Like they're really good.
Yeah, I would love to go see them live. That would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely try if they're in town where you live at. Definitely try to see them.
Oh yeah, whenever I have the time and they come around town, I definitely have to go. And it goes for NF too. Like, awesome.
Yeah. And as you could tell the way the background with Chucky and Halloween, I'm a big horror fan, and I always like to ask my guests this: like, are there any horror films that you like to watch, especially during Halloween season?
Are there any horror films that I like to watch? Honestly, The Conjuring. I have watched The Conjuring. I do like The Conjuring. I'll watch it with my siblings. I'll watch them freak out while I'm laughing in the corner. Uh, that's like a brother thing, you know. You always pick on your little siblings.
Of course, of course.
Conjuring, honestly, because the more you watch it, the less scarier it gets, and then but you start really paying attention to the facts. Like this actually happened. It's based on
Yeah.
true. So I like actually like looking into two different things and seeing how like researching about it. Like I've done projects on The Conjuring and stuff like that, and I actually
Oh,
found
wow.
a person who was like so possessed. Like I found everything about that person just by watching that movie. So
Nice.
I definitely have to say The Conjuring or The Grudge. I don't,
Yeah.
at first I don't find it as scary as most people. I guess I'm really like I don't really find things that scary. So
Yeah, I mean, you picked two great horror movies right there. That's awesome. And for, like, Halloween is coming up. Like, do you like to get involved with the Halloween spirit and dressing up and all that stuff?
me personally, our family doesn't celebrate Halloween, but
Oh, okay.
every day is Halloween for me because I'm out there training with about like 80 pounds of military equipment on my
You're
helmet,
right.
my ballistic
You're right.
vest, my rifle, everything. So every time I go out there, either people think I'm gonna like blow up myself or something. um, Halloween is really the only day I can like step out of my house with my military equipment, actually like walk around and be like everyone else.
Yeah,
Also,
true.
sometimes like Halloween, I'll get like a pillowcase or something like that, put it over myself, and I'll twist my leg and start crawling towards people. I've done that before. Or my RTC compound, we like you can turn off the lights in the hallway, and I'll like scurry from door to door, and then
Yeah.
yeah, so it's funny. Being an
Nice. Nice.
you get the kicks and giggles out of it because you can easily scare someone so easily. Like I like put my leg in the hallway and I'll like grab it super fast. Like, oh my gosh. It's
That's really cool.
have you
and
put
and what kind of foods do you like to eat?
so anything meat, yeah. Your boy here, anything meat. Veggies, I'm not much of a veggie person, but I try.
Yeah.
Rice is my everything. Rice, I could not live without rice, honestly. Doesn't matter what rice it is. I could not live without rice. It's something I've grew up with in Hawaii and all that stuff through all these military stations and stuff. Rice was the easiest thing we had. Rice was like everything. All we do is we cook some rice, put it in the bowl, and put some adobo on it, and then boom.
Nice.
Um, that something we've grown up with, and that's something I hope my kids grow up with, and so on. Like that's something I don't think I could live without, honestly.
Okay. Okay. Rice is awesome. I love rice.
You put rice with anything, rice and chicken, rice and chili,
Oh,
rice.
yeah, exactly.
So rice can really go with anything that you guys put it with.
Definitely, definitely, yes. And lastly, wanted to ask you is where could people follow you at?
Oh, so guys, if you guys want to follow me at any of my social media accounts, whether it be TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc., all you guys have to do is type in at Mr. Diego Mercado. So if you guys know my Instagram page, it's at Mr. Diego Mercado. And that goes for all of my social media accounts, my YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they're all the same.
Nice. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day and coming on the show, talking about your life, your acting, your story, and you're very inspiring. And I'm sure everyone out there that follows you like really appreciates you and appreciates everything you do and everything you tell them. And thank you for being a very inspiring person.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me here and taking the time out of your day to, like question me and stuff. This is awesome. This is my second, interview for After Darman.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. And I really appreciate what you're trying to do and raise awareness of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
thank you so much for inviting me to this. And I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, buddy. You too. Have a great day and great weekend.
Yeah. Well, see ya.
Thank you.